Hey everyone, my name is Jenny Mann, a solutions architect at UiPath. In this video, we will go over enhanced selectors in UiPath Studio. We will walk through three types of enhanced selectors: RegEx, regular expression selectors, fuzzy selectors, and non-greedy selectors. Yeah, it's a funny name. It basically means that search is not limited to one page, but goes through the whole desktop's UI tree. We'll go over that in a bit more detail later in the video. First is RegEx Selector. We want to extract from this web page either the phone number, email address, or the website URL. The challenge we face is that with each refresh, these elements change their position in the interface. We will see immediately why the RegEx Selector works best in this scenario. Let's close this window. Back to Studio, we already have a workflow built. Let's examine it. First, we choose what we want to extract from the web page. Based on the choice, in the switch activity, a regex will be assigned to a variable either for the URL, the phone number, or the default, the email address. Next, we try to extract the information. Let's see what happens if the getText activity uses a regular selector instead of the RegEx selector. And run the workflow. We go for the phone option this time. But the robot extracted the website URL. We choose to repeat the test and it extracts the email address. Repeat again and it extracts the phone number. See the problem? Now let's fix this. First, we go to Edit Selector in the getText activity and open the UI Explorer. Here we can see that we have an unselected item, the AA name. We will use it to build the RegEx selector. Click Save. Second, as we can notice, the AA name contains at this moment one of the options available, so let's select it. The challenge we face is that with each refresh, these elements change their position on the UI, so we change it with the variable that contains the regex. Third, we need to make sure that AA name matches the regex, so we add matching : AA name equals regex. Let's click OK and run the workflow again. We want to extract the phone number again. The robot extracted the phone number, which was the third in position. Let's repeat the test. We have the phone number extracted again, and it was in second position. One more time. And the robot extracted the phone number again, even though it changed position for the third time. Now this is the RegEx Enhanced Selector.
A few moments later.
Next, we're going to look into Fuzzy Selector. We will use a pre-built workflow that requires manually inputting the name of the report to be downloaded. In a regular scenario, if the entered name does not match 100% the name displayed on the website, the report might not get downloaded, and we will see immediately why the Fuzzy Selector works best in this case. Let's try to download the monthly report deb IT by misspelling it to monthly report deb. Back to Studio, we have a create form activity to input the name of the report we want to download. And down the workflow, we have the element exists activity that checks for the report name. If we take a look at the selector, we have a regular selector without the fuzzy matching. The same applies to the click activity selector. Now let's run the workflow to see what we retrieve for the input monthly report deb. Please enter the report name, submit. Let's check what happened. All the information is logged in the output panel. On this run, the report we were looking for does not exist, so the report was not found. Let's fix this. In the activity that checks if the report name exists, we edit the selector, and all we have to do is match the AA name to Fuzzy. With an AA name Fuzzy level of 0.8, this will tell the robot to look for report names with high similarity to the one entered. Let's copy this and paste it in the Click Activity Selector. And run the workflow. We'll look again for the monthly report depth. We can see that the selector has been found and the report has downloaded. If we go into the projects folder, we can see that the report was downloaded a couple of seconds ago. Now this is the Fuzzy Selector.
A few moments later.
Next, we'll take a look at Non-Greedy Selector. We will use an already built workflow that inputs the SAP string in the search bar on the UiPath Go platform. After the components are loaded, it right-clicks on the first result to open it in a new tab, and it extracts the component's description. What's different is that it does this without bringing in front the new tab, and we'll see immediately why the non-greedy selector is best suited for this scenario. Let's close the window. Back to Studio, we have a Create Form activity to generate the input dialog, in which we will write the component that we want to search for. Next, we open the browser and navigate to the UiPath Go website, and type in the search field the name of the component desired. Then, if the component is found, it will open it in a new tab. And if the description exists, it will extract the data from it. Let's take a look at the selectors. In the Element Exists activity, we have a regular selector without the non-greedy feature. The same applies to the GetText selector. Now let's run the workflow to see what we retrieve for the input SAP. Please enter the search string SAP, submit. The workflow opens the Go platform. It searches for SAP and opens the first component in a new tab. As all the information is logged in the output panel, let's check what happened there. On this run, the element we were looking for does not exist, and the component description has not been found. Let's fix this. In the activity that checks if the description exists, we edit the selector, and in the HTML tag, all we have to do is add IDX equals asterisk. This will tell the robot to look throughout all the different tabs that are open in the same session. We repeat the steps for the getText activity. IDX equals asterisk. Save and clean the output. Close the browser window. Close all tabs. And run again, looking for the SAP component. Please enter the search string SAP, submit. Let's check the output. There we have it. The selector exists and the description has been retrieved. If we go back to the browser window, we can see that we retrieved the same description. This is the non-greedy selector. Also check out this UiPath Selectors complete guide here with 7 tricks to fix and handle difficult situations with selectors. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to this channel for upcoming content on how to start or build a career in tech, how to automate using low-code RPA, how to build real-time low-code data pipelines, and other tech content.